Morning with Max. Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, and welcome to another Morning with Max. If you don't know me, I am Max Porter. I'm the writer, the editor, lore keeper, board game designer, stream runner, and various other things here at City State Entertainment, where we are working on the MMORPG Camelot Unchained. You can see Rob heading in for some coffee there. Good morning, Brand. Hey, Bad versus Bads on the YouTube chat. And good morning, Thantanos. You were here first. Good for you. Well, it's the start of another week of development here. Tyler's been running back and forth, coordinating with people prior to our stand-ups meeting. So I sensed that it's going to be another busy week. Max the Extraordinaire. I guess. Try to be. Brand, you gave me that video intro for board game playtest streams, and I still haven't set it up. I'm sorry. I will, though. I will try to do it before the next time. It's always such a busy time right before I stream one of those. So I always forget. I forgot last time. I forgot one time. Hopefully next time I'll be able to do it. Set it up. Get that on there. That'll be fun. All right. We have had an excellent week of streaming last week. I'm going to drop the link into chat myself. Hopefully it goes through to both the Twitch and the YouTube chat. I know you know what I mean, Brand. You're pretty busy yourself. Dantanos, Max, are y'all taking several weeks off in December this year? I don't know. We usually do. I guess we'll see. I'm just going to go over the streams we had, so if you missed anything that you want to catch up on, you can. These are all linked in the schedule, except for the end of week wrap-up. I'll go back and do that. We had the end of week wrap-up with Tyler and Tim, TNT, on Friday. That was after Morning with Max. It was another fun one. We went a little bit extra time and answered a lot of questions. Back on Thursday, we had Basic Clothing with John doing the sculpting and materials for just basic clothing for our NPCs and maybe for players too. Back on Wednesday, we had Gauntlet of Death in the evening, where I ran a very special guest, my wife Kate, through that Gauntlet of Death stream game. Gauntlet of Death stream game that play sometimes with you folks. It was fun. Back on Tuesday, we had an office stream in the morning and Arthurian boat concepts with Michelle in the afternoon. And then back on Monday, we had Morning with Max, of course, a week ago, and Siege Bolt materials with John in the afternoon. So you saw the results of some of that work on stream, as well as in the update at the end of the week. You can blame me for that punny title this time. Today after Morning with Max, which is happening right now, we put on the schedule TBD, possibly TDD boat concepts with Michelle. I don't think Michelle's is in today, so we will probably not do that. But I'll ask around at stand-ups right after this, and I'll see if somebody else wants to jump in. If not, maybe I'll just turn on the cameras for a bit, and you can hang out with us as we continue to develop Camelot Unchained. Eshi Peshi, when are your plans, or Esh Pesh, when are your plans to make movement smoother and graphics? I'm a big fan, just wondering. I would say that some of that's still to come later. We've made some leaps and bounds in progress on that already, which you may have seen in a few updates. But you've got to build a foundation before you can, paint the walls of the house. So some of that's still to come, still to be worked on. Probably over the course of beta, it'll happen as well. For more detail on that, Tyler would be able to help you if he wasn't so busy right now, and or Scott, animator. What are you folks drinking today? I'm having coffee out of my Clan Sverker cup that Cool Guild sent us, and water out of the Vader cup, because that's what makes water cool. Howdy, Plum Thing. Bran having some iced coffee. That sounds good. According to a study I read, having something cold and sweet in the morning wakes you up the best. Like ice cream. But I bet iced coffee works pretty well too. Cokie, you singing at me now? Plum Thing, who mounted that flat screen behind you? Its off-center location triggers my OCD. It was an intern. It is off-center, isn't it? I think that might have been on purpose, though, because I think it's designed to, like, swing out. So I think it might not be completely random. Wake me up further if it has stronger flavor. Say hi to Tim as he passes by. Sup, Strike JK. Lies, says Plum Thing. Oh boy. Not signed in, am I? Signed into the Twitch account. Strike JK, you know when the next chapter in M2's beta doc comes out, I heard you proofread it. Yes, I do proofread them. I haven't had anything to proofread in a little bit because Mark hasn't had the time to do it. He's been super, super busy, as have we all. It's been a really busy couple of weeks. Hopefully this week. That's all I can say. I don't know. Plum thing. So who are you and what do you do? I just randomly clicked a stream from the IRL list and I have no idea where I ended up. Plum thing. I am Max Porter. I am the writer, editor, lore keeper, board game designer, and stream runner and various other things here at the game development studio, City State Entertainment. And we are working on the MMORPG called Camelot Unchained. So here's some links, Plum thing. So you can read all about it.
Yep.
I forgot to say monkey face emote. Not a robot.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Now I'm signed into the Twitch account. So if somebody comes in and drops a bunch of weird stuff like that, I can ban them. Alright. Darrow 10. What are the big components being worked on right now that we are in the processing of viewing? I have been away for a little, and last I remember it was the caves, docks, arrows, and we had the big bot battle test. Darrow 10. We are currently kind of hunkered down in the middle of a sprint focused on Siege gameplay. We're not talking too much more about it right now, but we will, and I hope that you guys like what we have to show when we're ready. But there, in terms of what are the big components being worked on right now, what did I just do? Sweet. Thanks, Max and Bran. You're very welcome, Darrow. But in terms of what we are showing, I'll direct you at the weekly news or the monthly newsletter. Bad versus Bads. Who's your favorite faction and why is it the TDD? I love all three factions, Bad versus Bads. But people ask me this all the time, and I always have to say, it depends on my mood. If I am in the mood for the mysteries, the secrets, the foresty focus, the honor, the courts, the style of the Tuatha-Dé-Danann, then they're my favorite faction. If I'm in the mood for some bloodletting, some beer-swilling, growly-voiced, bearded Viking action, then Vikings are my favorite. And if I'm in the mood for some noble defense of the realms, some welcoming, diplomatic, but also steel-willed Arthurian action, then that would be my favorite faction. So, I know that's kind of a non-answer, but Spike Druid Pandalay says elves are best. Well, we don't have any elves, Spike Druid, do we? I guess you could say I have a soft spot for elves in the woods, but we don't have any elves. Spike Druid has read my novel. Yet. Nice strike. Insider knowledge, I guess so. Yeah, check out Pandalay. It's up on Amazon. Finlay Thulis. I think I have to send them more copies though. Finlay Thulis. Hey Max, when are you guys planning to update Cube? It's not a focus right now, obviously. We will be turning our attention toward Cube once again. I am told, or I have heard around the office, once we're in the first phase of beta. Got to get to beta 1, and then we can spend a little time on Cube. Cube hasn't been updated in a while. Lanoween, we all know De Vergera from the Dark Alfheim. Are you thinking the Svartalfar? Lanoween. Cthulhu versus Max, who would win? I guess it depends whether it's Cthulhu or our wonderful Cthulhu pillow that Ben brought in one day. I think I could beat that thing. Finlay Thulis. Cheers, looking forward to playing about with it more when you guys update it. Cool. I mean, considering this, that it hasn't been updated in so long, it's amazing what some people are building in Cube. The dark version of Alfheim. Ludoween's our resident amateur Norse mythology expert at this point, I think. Strike JK, is your name Max because all your stats are maxed out? That would be pretty cool. So therefore an elf. Working on it, Ludoween? Cool. What was I reading recently? Oh yeah, I was checking out Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology book, which is pretty fun. Strike JK, what mystical creature's leather is your hat made from? Probably a cow. I've had it so long, the information on the tag is worn off. All these references strike. Bad vs. Bads. Have you read the Slain Mech Roth comics? No. What's that? On the YouTube chat. Did that Plum thing... Did Plum thing get the info? Yeah. Good. Strike JK. Well, food is ready. Gotta go or I get slapped. See you later. See you later, Strike. Thanks for stopping in.
Like I said, it's a planning day.
And making all those references. Bad vs. Bads. Celtic hero running around doing things for Danu. Oh, is that the old comic about Nuada, the Silver Hand? I have read some of it, and I'm probably going to be publishing early next week the final section of the Silver Hand's Becoming story for our game. Brando 2. Max, in your opinion, which faction has the coolest siege weapons so far? I don't know. They're all kind of variations on the Scorpion, so I guess I feel like there's not that much to choose between them yet. But I know there's going to be other cool stuff worked on later. It's just really basic right now, just to get it going. So we can start testing Siege gameplay and stuff. Halloween, we're early next week. Why is that? Because that's when the newsletter comes out, Halloween. The 31st is a week from tomorrow. So the final chapter of the Silver Hand's Becoming story needs to be ready for then. Before then. Gonna be a busy week. Jamie's better than Nuada. He has a gold hand. Ah. But Spike, have you not read the Silver Hand's Becoming story? Do you not know what a gold hand indicates? And how it might be a twisted servant of the depths, feeding on souls and sending them to that dark place of living horror. Pachamos, plans on writing book in the world of CU? Yes. Eventually. Not what I'm working on right now. I mean, I've pitched it to Mark and stuff, but, there's a few other things to work on first. But that would be cool. Halloween, as long as the good realms get to use it for launching biological weapons. Spike Druid, that's an issue because... Spike Druid. It's been corrupted by the lust for power.
I need some kind of first line customer facing support interaction. Right. Ideally a community.
Might like playing the servant in the depths themed board game I've been working on.
Interacts with these people, does the thing, and then just
The Adventures of Spike the Druid.
Right. Resolve these.
Spike Druid has the gold hand, it sounds like. I do like Jamie, the character from Game of Thrones, although I prefer the books.
Would you pick up your car on Sunday? It's still here Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know if we really need
Yeah, I was just gonna leave the bike here, like on the way out.
That's frustrating.
And then I got home and Tyler called me and let me fight. I was like, fuck, I'll go get the goddamn bike.
Denarian, I fully support a CU world-based book. I have played a game based on books, and to have the extra stories complement the game is awesome. Awesome, Denarian. We also might do like a... What do you think of a hard copy collection of the stories with maybe some kind of connecting thread? Halloween, is there a The Merchant Appears card in the board game? In one version there was. And there might be again. Recently I've been having a certain phase of the game round being called the Merchant's Whispers, which is a reference you might particularly get if you were to read through the Great Depths Raid. Spike Druid, language in the background salty. That's how we roll. But Chamos, would it have illustrations? I don't know, that'd be cool. Probably wouldn't want them drawn by me. Koki, Max, what would you suggest? Wait with reading the books of Game of Thrones till series end, or read them now? Thinking of reading them now, but might frustrate me in knowing things are changed too much to see the end seasons. Well, if you're afraid of that, Koki, then I can confirm that yes. Once the show started deviating really far from the books, I became much less interested in it because I didn't feel that the changes were good ones. I have no problem with smart changes or changes made in translation from one medium to another medium, but when I don't feel that they serve the story, then I don't know. Halloween, a graphic novel series that Max and Michelle collaborate on would be very cool. Yes, it would. Of course, Mark's the one who has been writing all the graphic novels. In a few minutes here, by the way, folks, I'm going to be shutting down the stream. We will be standing up and gathering around the screen at the end of the hall there, where it says CSE West. The Western studio will be joining us by video chat call, as they're always on. And everybody will stand up, gather around, talk about their plans for today, going forward into next week, coordinating. Brand 02, I'd still buy one with illustrations drawn by Max. You've seen my art in the depth-themed board game, because we've spared all expense, as Mark often says. That gives new meaning to brand loyalty. Nice. That's a good pun. Thantanos, Max, have a joy day, and don't forget the 3 seashells. The 3 seashells? I think I know what that's a reference to. In which case, good one. Brand loyalty. Yeah, Demolition Man, that's what I thought.
I'm going to probably help Rob test his building stuff. The building stuff that you were assisting Rob on testing last week. Yeah, he said it was still available. Tested. And I was like, I don't understand that. Oh, yeah, whatever.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for joining me. It's been another fun morning with Max, and I can't wait to chat with you all again, probably this afternoon. Once again, I will be asking at stand-ups if anyone wants to sub in for Michelle, because she's not around. But if not, I'll just turn the cameras on and you can come hang out with us as we continue to develop Camelot Unchained. I will see you later. Have a good one. And yeah, thanks again. Bye-bye. See you.
Morning with Max.